once it's up, once I know it's up. And then I'll go live. Oh, I'll share. Let me screen share it here too. And just anyone can just chime in, obviously. This is just a bit more of just a wing it kind of stream. Just wing it. Shoot shit. It at everyone. Just a quick live stream.
All right, I'm back.
All right. What's up, YouTubes? Oh, cheers, Colleaf. Wifey. What's up, Lex Leon? What's up, Gianluca? How you doing this evening?
Gianluca?
Gianluca.
Isn't it Jean-Luc?
Jean-Luc.
Is there actually an
yes.
A at the end of it?
In this case, there is an A for this person in the YouTube comments.
All right. Well, fuck me then.
I love the surname Zazari. It's very cool.
Zazadi. Oh shit.
Zazari. Well, YouTube, it's been ages since I did a stream, like a live stream. It's been like, I think the last one was, let me just see when the last one was. I think it was in like early August, perhaps.
Let's go.
But it looks like Bitcoin's kind of breaking out of a falling wedge, and it's trying to climb back up to re-enter the bigger scale rising wedge that it was in. Let me just see when the last live stream was. The 22nd of August, so it was a while ago. Yeah, almost 2 weeks. Almost 2 weeks. It's a while. But if you've been keeping up with my channel, I've been putting out like little 10-minute updates about Bitcoin and Doge. So that's been changing the format a little bit. Ah, Coley, thank you for the super sticker, super chat. Cute. So right now, let's zoom in on what's cracking. So I think on this part of the chart, this is the 4 hour for Bitcoin, and we've got our low. There's the highest point after the low at that time. We had a pullback, which was no doubt a 0.5. I'll check that. And then we came up here and we did our double top weekend last weekend. Not the weekend that's just gone, but the one before. We had like a little double top with a swing fail. So that was like marking out the higher high. So still an uptrend. And now we've set in seemingly a low point here, which is a higher low. If you've noticed, you can see it's still high. This is why I've got this red terminator line. If we get past the terminator, it kills the uptrend here on the 4 hour chart. So we are working on trying to get the next stage going, and that's why I've got the title of this stream as "Can Bitcoin Get Out of Its Rut?" Because it's been in a kind of a rut. It's still in a falling broadening wedge, descending broadening wedge, however you want to class it. And all right, let's do some Fibonacci analysis as well. So we got low to high here. And okay, this one did actually go deeper here initially, but I think that was still a part of the run up. Like it was still building this trend at the time. and then it scored the high up here. So measuring the Fibonacci retracement from this move can only be done after the second point. You can't do it before. Like, you're not looking at things that happened before it got to B. So C, like the pullback happened over here. This is where it, and it is basically on the doorstep of the 0.5 Fibonacci level at 55,872. So nice 0.5 check, bounced up. We had a new fib target. So let's adjust this. Let's change to the new scale and see how deep that pushed, because I think it went beyond the 0.5. It actually even went beyond the 786. It was a pretty deep one, and that's why it's been so threatening of doing a full retracement to the red line and losing the market structure. But you can see it's trying to put the brakes on. It's trying to turn things around and keep this show on the road, so to speak. So getting access back up on top of this trend line here, where these lows got set in and eventually broke, we have to get back into it, back on top. So so far, the last two patterns that I could see have been pretty textbook. Like, you've got the big old yellow rising wedge on the higher time frame, which resulted in a fall out of it. Not deep, by the way. We're still in our uptrend, but you've got a smaller time frame falling wedge, which is textbook bullish, right? And we are breaking out at this point in time. The last couple of hours has evidently pushed us upward. So, and then obviously, without even having to say it, but I'll say it anyway, obviously these are the pivots that we have to get up and past, to make those higher highs, yeah, that's about it. That's what I'd see on Bitcoin. I think it was, what was it, Memorial Day? No, it was Labor Day. The Labor Day long weekend in the US. So the holiday was it on the 1st or the 2nd? The 2nd of September. So we didn't get...
Yep, today.
Yeah, we didn't get a stock market day, like as we like to, see the influence of what the stock market's doing onto crypto. Now, what is DOGE doing? Just gonna have a quick look at that, because it's been toying around with 10 cents for so long now. It seems like we've been above it, below it, above it, below it, above it, below it, all the way from back here when we lost 10 cents, came down, dipped almost to 8, basically to 8, rallied up, reclaimed 10, flirted around, pushed up a little higher than the previous low, just like Bitcoin, and now we're sort of still back, magnetized on that big round number of 10 cents.
Are you watching DOGE, what it did on the weekly there, Rick, the weekly Gaussian?
Let's have a look.
We are just below the center band that it was using as support. We've come down into that area there.
Okay, I'll have a look.
Yeah, I didn't mean to disrupt your flow there. You mentioned DOGE. I think it kind of backs up what you've been putting out videos the past few weeks and stuff.
Oh, that's good. I'll check it out. GAU was, and it's the Donovan Wall. Yeah.
Yeah, the Donovan Wall 7 on the 7 day, and we're below the mid band on DOGE. So, like I told Quiet, I'm trickling in on this thing again.
Yeah, I see it. Yep, it's dropped below as of last week, and now we're sort of coming up to reclaim it.
Something's got to give on that fucking thing.
I think Quiet lives behind me. All I hear is his fucking dogs. Not Quiet, Clive. Did I say Quiet or Clive?
You said Quiet, but that's all right.
Oh, I meant Clive.
I think I got what you meant.
Can you guys hear them? Is it annoying or?
No, I can't hear anything.
No. Okay, perfect.
Yeah. But yeah, Gaussian, that weekly Gaussian channel, It's doing that that recheck after the red season. Like you said in that
recheck
video,
after the red, and we may have been gifted with Doge because it didn't hold on the center band. We're being given more time if people have been DCAing into it.
Yeah, it's
You know, we want it to go up, but it's kind of like a little gift if you're a long-termer DCAing on Doge here.
Yeah, I'd like to get as much as I can below 10 cents, but I'll still buy it, I think. But
it's I see how
No, thank you.
it departs.
Not right now.
It departs initially the channel, and then it uses the Gaussian like midline as a trampoline to really come up. Just like here, it leaves it, comes back for a trampoline bounce and goes up. It leaves it, comes back in looking for that trampoline bounce now. Like that's the next stage, right? Before hopefully a launch up to new all-time highs, maybe. I know it's wishful thinking, but it's happened in the past, right? I mean, imagine doing this Gaussian. Yeah, imagine doing this Gaussian analysis back through here, and all we had to go off was this action here. It's like, okay, well, we've witnessed where it's red. It's switched to green. We've peeked out the top as a little fake or a little preemptive move up, and then it's come back into relax into the channel and found support and really rallied off it. So if you were just going off that, you had the same setup again. So you could have seen that something positive like this was going to happen, quite possibly. So this is
and I'm a macro caveman. I'm a macro caveman. I look for macro things that happen that don't fail. I'm not, they're not hyper accurate. I can't tell you exactly where you can get in at, the price range would be big, but man, some of these altcoins have been very faithful to their long-term macro indicators. Yeah,
they have. It's like, it's hard not to see the patterns. It's hard to ignore them. I mean, they're pretty significant,
I heard you, Turbo.
Oh, it's okay.
What did you say?
Oh, nothing.
You said anybody. Good. I heard that.
Oh, you're not doing a mic test? I thought you were doing a mic test.
No.
These lines here.
Just an inverted cat's ass down on the 15-minute.
I'm pretty much done with my analysis. I just wanted to get those ideas out, and I couldn't be bothered to record videos because I got to go to work. So that's why I went on live stream. Do you guys want to share anything with the?
Why couldn't you record this 5-minute thing though?
Oh, because it's easier just to wing it. Because then I can talk about Bitcoin and Doge and talk to the YouTube peoples. Like we got Gianluca, we got Blake, we got Lex Leone, we got Johnny Ford, we got King Nami, hey, Brandy Bryant, what's up? Yeah, we got, and then Juan Diego Santos with the devil horns. Hell yeah, dude, rock on. Man, check out, look, each zone also had an accumulation boundary. You know how we had our 10 cent to 5 cent? Basically, that's the way I see it anyway. 10 cent to 5 cent boundary on Doge was the most recent accumulation zone. Something like that. And then if you look back, we had the same thing. Let me just hide the Gaussian channel. See these bands? These bands are where evidently it would have been great accumulating in preparation for the rocket ship afterwards, right? So this is like the launch pad. We've just had our launch pad for the last 2 years or however long it's been. And there's a hint that Doge wants to leave it. We just had that the start of this year. It came up and we're gearing up. We got the engines running. Just got to wait for that countdown. And the permission to come up from Bitcoin and total crypto market cap. By the way, that's a chart that I haven't looked at in a while. Total crypto. like what is it doing? Is there any like structures in there that we should be like tracking? Surely there is. But let's go total. This is logarithmic. Looks very similar to Bitcoin, of course. Or I can't help. Yeah, I mean, it's just you just see Bitcoin. Hey,
You could go on total 3.
yeah, I know, but that's. I just want to see all of crypto, like in a snapshot. But yeah, I'll check total 3 out as well because that excludes Bitcoin and Ethereum. So there's no question we hit a high point and money has flowed back out of crypto because this is crypto. This is just everything. And we're trying to get that, you know, is there a Fibonacci reason to turn around from here on total? Yes, we've hit the 0.5 on the linear chart. That was that deep check over here. So permission to come on to come back up. Yep. And if you look at this chart, you got a low here, a low here, a low here, and a low here. So this is all uptrend, right? If you cut it that way. I mean, see, this is what I was saying last week. I was like, okay, if you pick these as lows and like the frequency and all that, does that mean these are also lows? Because then you've broken the structure to the upside if they are. Because you killed it there. You know, you're on a down. You're technically downtrending.
I mean, I'd say as long as you don't break the last significant low,
which seems like this one.
Yeah, because that was the previous low before a big massive move up, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. And this was like a resistance check for support, I feel. Like, because we copped it as resistance here before moving up. And now it's like we're checking it if it's going to hold us as support as we come down. And then, you know, hopefully launch to go into price discovery. But let's see what happens. Does anyone want to cover anything else before I wrap the stream up? It's only gone for
I don't have anything.
What, 17 minutes.
I don't have anything to show necessarily right now, but I was wondering if you have time, if you could take a quick look at SUI.
SUI. How do I say
SUI.
that? SUI.
And one quick thing on Doge. The only thing to add would be when we did lose the center band on the Gaussian, when we came back in and dipped before our spring up, when we did lose it, we consolidated, I think, a couple months down there before that big spring. It wasn't disastrous. It just it took a little bit of time. When we held it, we didn't spend as many weeks going sideways. So just something to keep in mind.
Cool. SUI downtrended here, yeah. And Siri just thought that I said Siri. Okay, shut up, phone. So SUI, not Siri.
That's good.
Did that, and it's broken the structure. Like, because look, this is what defines the downtrend, the highs, yeah, and it crushed it. Like, it got through it, which means we are now back in an up structure. It just threatened this low. It just punched through it to the downside. So it's very briefly it had an uptrend going, but now it's like it's teasing and you know, threatening to come back down again because it broke this low. This low here got broken, but that doesn't mean that it can't change the character back again to an uptrend, because right now you're facing a red arrow like that to the downside because it's, you know, it crushed that low there.
Yeah, but we need to make a higher.
Yeah, you need to break this high here to call it bullish again and call it, you know. But I would be surprised if it actually got lower than this low here. So I would just treat all of, say, this range here as reason to accumulate. If you think that new all-time highs coming in for SUI. I don't even know what SUI is. What is it?
Yeah.
What's the fundamentals?
It's like
Turbo.
of them layer ones, I think.
Walmart?
People have been talking about it
Oh,
recently.
okay.
Turbo. I got a 4 hour. I see the 4 hour inverted cat's ass down type of thing happening. Yeah, I see it.
4 hour
If
inverted cat's ass
if you're
down.
still there on Biddy,
On Bitcoin.
and it's going towards the 200 right now. But then if we get the tail on that inverted cat, wouldn't if that played out, we go lower.
It
4
says
hour
SUI is
inverted.
a groundbreaking layer 1 blockchain platform designed to support the needs of global adoption by offering secure, powerful, and scalable development platform. At its core, SUI leverages a novel object-centric data model and secure programming language to address inefficiencies prevalent in existing blockchain architectures.
I dare you to do a video with that voice.
The blockchain
Yeah, so-
technology will save the world, and by adapting the solar enhancing ray guns that we have, we can destroy all of our enemies instantaneously. It's going to be great.
So yeah, but it's another layer 1
Cool.
that's scalable.
Bitcoin's still climbing here. Like it's still, look, here we go. I'm down on the 1 minute now because I want to magnify the progress. I want to see the happenings inside the happenings, you know? Can it crack 59.3? Can we get it? I'll tell you what, 59.650 is going to be a challenge because that would be the re-access into that rising wedge, the yellow line here. That could act as resistance, so we've got to be careful of that as we come back up.
Yeah, and let me check our stochastic here on Biddy real quick on something. Hold on a second.
And with the falling wedge idea, we have done a whole, a confirmed bounce it off the flipper, where you come out the top and then you launch off the top edge of the wedge, of the falling wedge. Bounce it off the flipper. Whether that sends us to the moon or not, I'm not sure, but yeah, it certainly
I was trying to set up a long.
A test.
I was trying to set up a long earlier. About an hour ago, I had a long on it. I think it got stopped out.
And sucks.
Well, I did get stopped. But yeah, I guess it didn't go much lower than after it stopped. After stopping me out, it didn't go much lower than that. So I guess I should have given it a little bit more breathing room. It sucks that it took off. Did it get past that? Wondering if this zone. They got past the zone that I had. Yeah, because I had marked out. I said if it breaks 58.7 or 58.8, then it's probably getting out of this range here. Probably going out there. So it did that. So looks like at least the beginning of a turnaround. Let's see if it makes a retest, a good retest. We can flip bullish again.
Yeah, let's see if the structure gets cracked back up. I mean, okay, obviously 1 minute isn't an uptrend. Let's do the checklist. 1 minute uptrend, 5 minute uptrend, 15 minute still uptrend. It's broken. Getting past this high here, because that was a pivot. That was a pivot of sorts. Was a high, and we've now cracked that. So that's good, and that exists on the 15 minute, and I would say the hourly probably as well. Now the 4 hourly, I think the 4 hourly is the one that I'm tracking as like still in an uptrend technically, because we never broke this low here. We've done this, and this is technically a higher low, so that's good. The daily downtrend, still downtrend. So that's been the case for a while now, for months. lower highs and lower lows over time.
I mean, we're getting there though. I think it's almost over.
We're trying, but I still think that 70,000, even though this is now the new lower high at 65k, but I still want to see it get above 70 to be really convinced that it's back on trend to go up. And that's a big ask, because it's been months. It's been since late March that we cracked that all-time high, that new all-time high. But yeah, that's it, man. I mean, look, this day has 2.5 hours left. Currently, at this point in time, it's a bullish engulfing candle on the daily chart. So we've engulfed the sell-off from yesterday of Sunday candle, and we're trying to get Monday to be an engulfer. See, the problem with bullish engulfings as well is that they don't always work out to say that it's going to continue going up. Look at this one. This was a giant bullish engulfing candle. And what happened after it? It corrected. It went back for the next 8 days or whatever. So it's not always the perfect sign. But it's a starting point. This is a much better, more textbook bullish engulfing, this big green candle here that engulfed the previous red one. That suggested that, yep, it's working on going higher, and it did. This is, so this red one here, that's a good bearish engulfing. That sort of spelt all of this accurately, So yeah, it's not 100%, but it's a good starting point to sort of get a hint of what might happen next. So yeah, 2.5 hours is a long time in crypto, so a lot can happen. But so far it's looking, let's go down to the 1 minute again. It's still challenging this high here, I think. Whatever that is. 59,237. Yeah, so it's technically higher than that now. Yeah, we've just started the new... Yeah, it's still trying to climb. See if we can keep the ball rolling.
Well,
what's up,
MG said,
Look at Turbo's chart on the 1 minute. Bitcoin's gonna dump, guys.
I'm gonna have a look. Let's see, Turbo J, watch stream. I'll even pop out his chart and we'll show YouTube's.
It does look like a rising wedge on the 1 minute, but if it comes back and retests, that'll be strong.
So he's got his things inverted right now. Everything's inverted. So what are you saying? That it's gonna drop, as in climb? I hate speaking back to front.
We're on an inverted, so a cat's ass and inverted. So we'll probably be trying to push up pretty hard on that chart, or so down on that chart.
Yeah.
And then get a little bit of a whiplash.
Okay.
I think, but I'm just watching.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Well, hopefully it works out. Hopefully we get it. Bitcoin's still.
Look at that perfect rising wedge right there, though.
Yeah, it does. It doesn't have the momentum. Doesn't have the gusto that it had before. It's like starting to fade a bit. What's the science of when a ball goes up into the air and reaches its maximum point and then starts to fall? Is that terminal velocity? No. Terminal velocity's maximum speed, right? Of free fall, like terminal velocity is 9.8 meters a second, right? Anyway,
yeah, the ball being thrown up, the ball being thrown up into the air, and the direct forces, it's density, mass, buoyancy. So the ball is more dense than the air, so the ball will return at the rate of acceleration speed equal to the the degree of density it is away from air. I'm trying to use layman's terms.
Man, we didn't need a physics class.
And guess what? Gravity does not come into play at all with that experiment. It's simply a density mass buoyancy experiment, just like a beach ball placed under the water. How it's not crushed by the water if it's just a few feet down, right? It comes to the surface because it's less dense.
It's all a mind game.
Have you heard of the Cavendish experiment that proves that?
Yes.
Yeah, man. That thing, I've seen people recreate that experiment, and it's basically an experiment of mass creates gravity. Like mass, you have a mass, it will have an influence on bodies next to it that are of smaller mass, and attract them.
But the only problem with it is we can't produce it. It's a theory, of how like gravitational force works, but we can't produce it in our atmosphere is the problem. Like in my house, I can't do the experiment. Is my problem.
We can we can produce it in a lab, but we can't do it on a vertical axis. We can only do it on a horizontal axis. That's how they did it.
Right.
So they basically found an equilibrium balancing two weights on a stick. So either end of a stick that's suspended from the middle, and it's like scales, right? Scales work. They're not influenced by gravity because they're if you get the tipping scales, when you find equilibrium or balance, that means you've zeroed out. And the Earth's gravity has equal influence on both sides. So that means laterally speaking, like spinning, like if you were to spin that stick in a circle perpendicular to the Earth, to Earth's gravity, you can pull the masses around, and there's no Earth influence off that, which is why that experiment works. So I'll find the video. I'll link it to you, man. It's very cool. I only watched it the other day.
You got a spinning wheel, and you hold the spinning wheel.
Oh, that's like more
centrifugal
force.
Or
something like that.
It just I kind of laugh when they teach the experiments to kids and stuff on how gravity works, and they do like the spinning thing, and it's just like, well, come on, guy. I mean, like the water's got to be held on. So if the water's really dense, the water's really dense, but yet it's being held on. You know what I mean? And then it's like, it's just we're using gravity to describe an electromagnetic universe, in my opinion, and it's fine. But the model we're always like tweaking. Oh shit!
Sorry,
we're always tweaking the model, and I can't. I can't wait till our the content of these white papers that are in colleges and stuff, of all the experiments. I wish the public was kind of made more aware of these things and got people, thinking of, not because you see the flat Earth, globe Earth debate on Facebook and online, and you're just like, you see the people talking, you're like, dude, we all need to go back to school here for a few weeks before we start talking about this. Like, we need to go read the experiments that universities have been doing for 80 years.
I agree, man. There's some basics in there that seem to get skipped, and it's going to be okay. We will save Australia from standing upside down. Yeah, I'm going to wrap this stream up. YouTube, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate the support. Thanks, Coley, again for the super sticker. And when there's more to talk about, I'll do a longer stream or just make videos or something like that. And if anyone's game to make a video of an idea they want to talk about, I've done one with King Nummy and I've done one with Turbo. So whoever wants to do a specific video, I'll do that with you over the next couple of days.
All right. If Rick 100 likes on this video, then I'll do a video too.
Yeah. All right, boys and girls.
But Rick has
have
to get 100. Like, make sure you like.
have a
smash
good
that.
day. Have a good night. I'll catch you in the next one.
Smash that like.